What if the Great Pyramid of Giza was never meant to be a tomb? What if the story you've heard your entire life is only a small piece of something far older, far stranger, and far more mysterious? For nearly 5,000 years, the Great Pyramid has stood in silence, perfectly aligned with the stars, built with a precision that still challenges modern engineers. No instructions, no clear explanation, just stone and questions. Tonight, we're going to slow down and look at the details most people overlook. The missing evidence, the sealed spaces, the quiet mysteries hidden in plain sight. Welcome to Science Fiction Stories Sleep, a place for calm, thoughtful stories that blend history, science, and mystery, designed to help you relax and drift gently into sleep. If you enjoy these kinds of stories, please subscribe to support the channel, and in the comments, let us know what time you're listening and where you're listening from. Whether it's late at night, early morning, or somewhere in between, we'd love to hear from you. Now, get comfortable, take a slow breath, and let the story begin. When most people think about ancient Egypt, they imagine colorful tomb walls, carved hieroglyphs, and long inscriptions praising kings and gods. The ancient Egyptians carefully recorded their lives. They documented rituals, construction projects, and royal achievements. Writing was sacred to them. It preserved memory, it preserved identity. That's why the Great Pyramid feels so unusual. Inside this massive structure, there are no long inscriptions explaining why it was built. No painted scenes guiding a pharaoh into the afterlife. No clear declaration carved in stone claiming ownership. Instead, there is silence. The walls are bare. The chambers are simple. The design feels intentional, but restrained. At the center of the pyramid sits a plain stone box. No decoration, no hieroglyphs, and no confirmed remains of a king. That alone raises a quiet question. Every other known royal tomb from ancient Egypt follows a familiar pattern. Symbols, spells, protective texts, carefully placed burial items meant to guide the soul into eternity. The Great Pyramid breaks that pattern completely. Some historians point to faint markings discovered deep inside the structure, often linked to the name of Pharaoh Khufu. But these markings were found long after the pyramid was first opened, and their authenticity has been debated for decades. A name written in stone does not always tell the whole story, and so the question returns, gently, persistently. If this wasn't meant to be a traditional tomb, then what was it? As you listen, imagine standing at the base of the pyramid late at night. The desert air is still. The sky stretches endlessly overhead. The pyramid casts a long shadow across the sand. It doesn't feel like a grave. It feels deliberate. Precision is where the mystery deepens. The Great Pyramid is aligned with true north with incredible accuracy. Not approximately, not roughly, almost perfectly. The margin of error is so small that even modern construction projects struggle to achieve the same result. And this alignment was achieved without compasses, satellites, or modern instruments. Inside, the stonework becomes even more impressive. Massive granite blocks, some weighing more than 80 tons, are fitted together with astonishing precision. The seams between them are so tight that even a thin blade can't slide through. Granite is one of the hardest stones on Earth. Cutting it cleanly requires force, control, and consistency. Yet the surfaces inside the pyramid are smooth, straight, and sharply defined. Engineer Christopher Dunn studied these stones closely. He noted drill marks that suggest steady rotation and controlled pressure, details that are difficult to reproduce, even with modern machinery. When researchers attempted to recreate these cuts using copper tools, the tools dulled quickly. Progress slowed. The stone barely responded. This doesn't mean ancient people weren't skilled. They absolutely were. But the level of precision here suggests techniques we don't fully understand. Then there's the question of light. To work deep inside the pyramid, builders would have needed illumination. Historians often suggest oil lamps or torches, but careful examination of the interior reveals something unexpected. There are no soot marks, no smoke stains, no burn residue on the ceilings or walls. If open flames had been used regularly, traces would remain. But the stone surfaces are clean. So how did they see? Did they use reflective surfaces, chemical light? Or was the construction process entirely different from what we imagine today? As time passed, new discoveries quietly added to the mystery. In the early 1990s, a robotic camera was sent into narrow shafts inside the Queen's chamber, shafts long believed to be symbolic and sealed forever. As the camera moved forward, it revealed something no one expected. A limestone door set neatly into the shaft. The door featured two small copper handles. Metal fittings like these had never been found anywhere else inside the pyramid. The discovery raised immediate questions. Why seal a door so carefully? And what was it protecting? Just as curiosity reached its peak, the exploration stopped. After the discovery of that sealed limestone door inside the Queen's chamber, interest in the Great Pyramid quietly grew around the world. For centuries, people had believed the pyramid held no more surprises, that everything worth finding had already been found. But that small robotic camera told a different story. The door itself was strange enough. Smoothly cut limestone, perfectly fitted, two small copper handles embedded into the surface. Copper, a valuable material in the ancient world, rarely found inside the pyramid at all. It felt intentional, as if someone long ago had carefully sealed something away and wanted it to stay that way. Plans were made to explore further, but progress slowed. Permissions were delayed. The excitement faded into waiting. Nearly a decade passed before another attempt was allowed. In 2002, a new team returned with more advanced equipment. This time, they drilled a tiny hole through the door, just large enough to send a camera through. Viewers around the world watched live, expecting answers. But instead of an open space, they found another door, a second limestone slab, sealed just as carefully as the first. No explanation was offered for why two doors existed. No clear reason was given for why exploration stopped again. And to this day, what lies beyond those doors remains unknown. Sometimes, the most unsettling mysteries aren't about what we find, but about what we're not allowed to see. Years later, technology offered a new way to look inside the pyramid without touching it at all. A method that didn't require drilling, cutting, or opening sealed passages. In 2017, an international team of scientists used a technique called muon radiography. It works by detecting tiny cosmic particles that constantly rain down from space, passing through solid objects. By measuring how these particles move through stone, researchers can map hidden spaces. The results were unexpected. Above the Grand Gallery, deep within the pyramid's core, scientists discovered a massive void, a hidden space large enough to rival the pyramid's known chambers. It had no visible entrance, no known purpose, just empty space. The discovery was described as one of the most significant findings in pyramid research in decades. And yet, once again, further exploration stalled. Questions were raised, requests were made, but access remained limited. This pattern has repeated itself many times throughout modern pyramid research. Discover something unusual, pause, delay, restrict, which leads to a quieter, more uncomfortable question: why? Some argue the reason is preservation. The Great Pyramid is fragile in ways we don't always see. One careless move could cause irreversible damage. Caution, they say, is necessary. Others believe something else is at play. For decades, Egyptian archaeology was shaped by a small number of powerful decision-makers. Among them, one name appears again and again. Dr. Zahi was charismatic, outspoken, and deeply passionate about Egypt's heritage. Hawass held some of the most influential positions in Egyptian archaeology. As head of antiquities, he controlled who could excavate, where research could happen, and what discoveries were made public. Supporters say he protected Egypt from reckless theories and sensationalism. Critics say alternative ideas were dismissed too quickly, and independent researchers were often blocked. The truth may lie somewhere in between, but the result is the same. Many questions remain unanswered. Beyond the Great Pyramid itself, other monuments on the Giza Plateau add new layers to the mystery. One in particular has captured the attention of geologists, historians, and independent researchers alike. The Great Sphinx, carved directly from bedrock, the Sphinx has endured thousands of years of wind, sand, and sun, but when experts examined its surface closely, they noticed something unusual. The erosion patterns on the Sphinx don't match typical desert weathering. Instead of sharp, wind-carved lines, the stone shows rounded, undulating shapes, patterns more commonly caused by prolonged exposure to water. Heavy rainfall strong enough to erode limestone over long periods of time. The problem is simple. The Sahara Desert hasn't experienced that kind of rainfall in thousands of years. The last time the region was wet enough to cause this level of erosion was near the end of the last ice age, more than 12,000 years ago. If that interpretation is correct, it suggests the Sphinx may be far older than traditionally believed. Some researchers proposed that the Sphinx was carved by an earlier civilization, long before dynastic Egypt. They suggest the Egyptians later repaired it, reshaped the face, and incorporated it into their own culture. Not built, but inherited, a relic from a forgotten age. Mainstream archaeology remains cautious about this idea, and yet no widely accepted alternative explanation fully accounts for the erosion patterns either. The mystery remains, quietly waiting. Astronomy offers another subtle clue. Researcher Robert Bauval noticed that the three main pyramids at Giza appear to mirror the stars of Orion's belt, not loosely, not symbolically, but with striking similarity in spacing and alignment. Even more interesting, the alignment doesn't match the sky as it appeared during Pharaoh Khufu's reign. It matches the sky as it appeared around 10,500 BC. In ancient Egyptian belief, Orion was associated with Osiris, the god of rebirth and the afterlife. The stars represented eternity, the soul's return to the heavens. If this alignment was intentional, it suggests a deep understanding of astronomy and long-term celestial cycles. Knowledge that feels surprisingly advanced. As you rest and listen, imagine ancient builders looking up at the night sky, carefully mapping the stars, aligning stone with heaven, encoding meaning not in words but in geometry. Around the world, other ancient sites echo similar patterns: massive stone structures, precise alignments, advanced craftsmanship appearing suddenly without clear evidence of gradual development. Göbekli Tepe in modern-day Turkey is one such place. Dating back over 12,000 years, it challenges traditional ideas about early human societies. Its carved pillars suggest planning, symbolism, and advanced knowledge. Some researchers believe fragments of this ancient knowledge survived catastrophic events and were passed down through generations, influencing later civilizations like Egypt. Others remain skeptical. And perhaps skepticism is healthy, but curiosity remains. The Great Pyramid still holds sealed chambers, hidden voids, unanswered questions. Was it a tomb, a temple, an observatory, a machine, or something else entirely? The pyramid doesn't respond, it waits. As questions about the pyramids continue to linger, some researchers have turned their attention away from royal names and dynasties and instead focused on something quieter: the sudden appearance of advanced knowledge. One of the most puzzling aspects of ancient Egypt is how quickly its civilization seems to emerge. When Egyptian history begins in the archaeological record, it doesn't start slowly. It doesn't show centuries of trial and error. Instead, it appears almost fully formed: advanced architecture, complex religious systems, precise mathematics, and a deep understanding of astronomy. It's as if the knowledge arrived all at once. This has led some researchers to ask an uncomfortable question. What if the ancient Egyptians didn't invent everything from scratch? What if they inherited knowledge passed down from a much older source? Engineer Christopher Dunn, whose work focuses on the technical aspects of the Great Pyramid, believes the structure may have served a functional purpose beyond burial or ceremony. He has suggested that certain chambers and shafts show evidence of intentional design related to vibration, resonance, or energy. These ideas remained controversial. Mainstream archaeology does not currently accept them, but they exist because of observations that are difficult to ignore. The King's Chamber, for example, is constructed entirely from granite, a stone known for its acoustic properties. The chamber's dimensions, angles, and materials appear unusually precise. When sound is introduced, the space resonates in measurable ways. Was this intentional or simply coincidence? No one can say for certain, But when viewed alongside the pyramid's alignment, precision, and internal design, the possibility becomes harder to dismiss entirely. Transportation is another mystery that refuses to settle quietly. Some granite blocks inside the pyramid weigh up to 80 tons. These stones were quarried in Aswan, more than 500 miles away from the Giza Plateau. Moving stones of this size, even today, requires heavy machinery, specialized vehicles, and detailed planning. Ancient Egyptians are believed to have used sleds, ropes, and manpower, and while this may explain the movement of smaller stones, it becomes far more difficult to explain the transportation of the largest granite blocks. No definitive evidence has ever been found showing exactly how these stones were moved across such vast distances. The methods remain theoretical. Some propose waterways that no longer exist. Others suggest massive labor forces working in perfect coordination, and some believe advanced techniques have simply been forgotten. Beyond the pyramids, other Egyptian structures raise similar questions. At the Serapeum of Saqqara, massive granite boxers rest in underground chambers. Each box weighs over 100 tons. Their surfaces are smooth, flat, and precisely cut. The corners are sharp. The lids fit perfectly. Modern engineers examining these boxes have noted that achieving such precision today would be challenging even with advanced tools. And yet, these were created thousands of years ago. At Abydos, the Assyrian temple features enormous granite blocks arranged with remarkable accuracy. The craftsmanship appears similar to what we see inside the Great Pyramid. The same signature, precision, consistency, intent. This repetition suggests that whoever built these structures shared a common knowledge or technique. Some researchers believe these monuments may represent the remnants of a much older civilization, one that reached a high level of technological and scientific understanding before experiencing a catastrophic decline. Graham Hancock has proposed that a global disaster, possibly linked to the end of the last ice age, may have wiped out much of this civilization's infrastructure. Survivors, he suggests, carried fragments of knowledge into the future. These fragments may have influenced cultures like ancient Egypt, allowing them to build with a sophistication that appears to arrive suddenly in the historical record. This idea is often dismissed by mainstream scholars, and yet sites like Göbekli Tepe continue to challenge traditional timelines. The existence of advanced stonework dating back over 12,000 years forces us to reconsider what early humans were capable of. Perhaps our ancestors were more advanced than we assume. Perhaps knowledge can be lost and later rediscovered. The Great Pyramid may not represent the beginning of Egyptian greatness, but the continuation of something much older. As you rest now, imagine knowledge being passed quietly from generation to generation, not written in books, not carved in stone, but shared through teaching, ritual, and memory. Over time, that knowledge fades. Details are lost. Meanings change. What remains are monuments, silent, enduring, waiting to be understood. The reluctance to explore these possibilities may not be rooted in fear, but in complexity, accepting that human history is far older and more advanced than we believe would require rewriting textbooks, rethinking timelines, and challenging deeply held assumptions. Change is difficult, especially when entire institutions are built on existing narratives. And so, the pyramid stands, untouched in many places, its secrets still locked behind stone, waiting. As we reach the quiet end of our journey, the Great Pyramid still stands exactly where it has always been, unmoved, unbothered by debate, untouched by opinion. It does not argue with historians. It does not confirm theories. It simply exists, stone by stone, layer by layer, holding its secrets with patience. For generations, scholars have tried to place the Great Pyramid neatly into a familiar timeline, a name, a date, a purpose, something easy to explain, something comfortable. But the deeper we look, the more the structure resists simple answers. There is the silence inside its chambers, the absence of inscriptions, the missing burial evidence. There is the precision that challenges even modern engineering, the stonework that seems almost too exact, the alignments that connect earth to sky. There are sealed doors that remain unopened, hidden voids with no clear purpose, and unanswered questions about who decides what may or may not be explored. All of this does not prove a single theory, but it does suggest something important, that we may not yet understand the full story. Perhaps the Great Pyramid was built by the ancient Egyptians using methods that were later forgotten. Knowledge can disappear over time. Entire techniques can be lost when cultures change, collapse, or evolve. Or perhaps the pyramid was influenced by knowledge inherited from an earlier civilization, one that existed long before recorded history, one that understood stone, geometry, and the sky in ways we are only beginning to rediscover. Or perhaps the truth lies somewhere in between, a blending of old knowledge and new ambition, a monument shaped by many hands, across many generations. What feels most certain is this: the Great Pyramid was not created casually. It was planned, measured, aligned, executed with purpose. Every angle matters. Every chamber feels intentional. Every stone seems placed with care. Whatever its original purpose may have been, it was important enough to justify extraordinary effort. And perhaps that purpose was not meant to be obvious. Perhaps it was meant to endure quietly, to wait, to invite curiosity rather than provide answers. As you rest now, imagine the pyramid under a clear night sky, the desert air cool, the stars slowly moving overhead, just as they did thousands of years ago. Imagine ancient builders standing in the same place, looking up at the same sky, working not just for their present moment, but for a future they would never see. They left behind no instructions, no explanations, only stone. And maybe that was intentional, because sometimes the most powerful stories are the ones that allow each generation to wonder for themselves. The Great Pyramid does not demand belief. It simply invites reflection. And as the world continues to change, it remains calm, silent, patient, waiting. Now, allow your thoughts to slow. Let the questions drift gently away. There is no need to solve anything tonight. Some mysteries are meant to remain open, at least for a while. Rest comfortably, breathe slowly, and let the quiet presence of ancient stone carry you gently into sleep.